Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Sorry for the delays. We had some minor technical difficulties on our end to get things boosted, but I think we have everyone coming in now. Give everyone a couple seconds to log on. I know we're behind, and we do want to respect everybody's time on that end. So welcome, everybody. Again, my name is Juan Fregoso. I'm the District Director for Councilwoman Tracy Park, here with your CD11 team. We have Julio and Aruz, who a lot of you have probably already been working on, and we have our rap team, who can introduce themselves shortly. But we want to welcome everybody just to the brief kind of town hall update on what is going on with our dog park here in the Pacific Palisades, or right here in Temescal Canyon. So we thank you all for joining us. And with that, Councilwoman, I want to hand it over to you to kick us off and officially introduce our rap team. Thank you, Councilwoman. Take it away.
All right, fantastic. Juan, thank you so much. And Arus, thank you for all of your help and leadership getting us kicked off tonight. I think everybody on the call already knows our district director, Juan, and certainly everybody in the Pacific Palisades at this point knows the amazing Arus. We are here with Julio on my team as well this evening. Julio has been an instrumental partner with a lot of the recovery work that we're doing in the Palisades, as well as some of our bigger initiatives and park projects. The Pacific Palisades Dog Park at Temescal Canyon is something that we are all very excited about. And I know many of you for many years, decades even, have long advocated for this park. It was obviously something that was a big deal to the community even back when I was running for office. And it has been just an absolute honor to get to team up with the incredible community members who have led this charge from the very start. Leslie Campbell, Carol Ross, Lynn Miller. We wouldn't be here without all of your help and your advocacy. So upon taking office, we, your CD11 team, worked very closely with the community and with RAP to start making this plan an actual vision. You may remember we did some community meetings about it. And even just as recently as this past October, we did a community meeting, and we were really excited at what lied ahead. Little did we know what January 7th was going to have in store for the Pacific Palisades. And I know everybody with us tonight has had a hell of a year. There are obviously many major projects at this point going on in and around the Palisades, but this is one that we had been working on long before January 7th. And there's something that feels really important to all of us about seeing it through, especially now. And I know that there has been some discussion, some ideas about potentially relocating this park over to the rec center. I love the idea of having another dog park potentially at that location. And I would highly encourage folks that are interested in that to reach out directly to Steadfast. And you can shoot them an email at info@steadfastla.com. We are inclined to proceed with our project. It's already been designed and funded, and it's ready to go. And so we are actually really excited to be here this evening with our partners from Rec and Parks to give us an update on where we are with it, and to walk us through where we might be in the next year and when we think we might be able to actually cut the ribbon on this incredible amenity that this community has long needed and now deserves more than ever. So with that, I'd like to introduce our team at Rec and Parks. Zia and Gary, the floor is yours. Take it away.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I just want to introduce myself first. My name is Gary Lamb from the Department of Recreation and Parks. I'm the manager for the Capital Projects Group in Rec and Parks, and with me here is Zia. Zia, if you can introduce yourself.
Yes, hi everyone. My name is Zia Huang, and I'm a licensed landscape architect who has been worked with Rec Park for about 6 years. So today I will be very honored to present our design, the dog park, to everybody. So are we ready to start or? Okay. So let me share my screen. Okay. Okay, so let's start. So currently this, I would briefly talk about this whole project. So this project has secured about 1.5 million dollars in funding from the Measure A. So the overall scope of the work is to create a new off-leash dog park, including new fence, accessible pathway, dog-friendly surface, uh, landscaping, security light, and site amenities. It's worth to mention that this will be the Ricken Park's first dog park in the Palisade area, so make it a very important project to our department. So to refresh our mind, the dog park is located along the Temescal Canyon Dog Road, which is on the north side of the playground. It's just at the bottom of the hillside. So on the screen here, you can see the concept design. It's our latest plan in progress. Please note this design may subject to minor change until construction. So as you can see, so we have small dog park for about 7,000 square feet and a large dog area for about 11.5 thousand square feet. So each area will include hydro station, benches, trash receptacles, and dog agility equipment. Both area enclosed by a 6-foot perimeter chain link fence. And also the ADA compliant double gate will also proposed for safety concern for both area. Let's go to the entrance plaza. So the entrance plaza, which we propose elegant benches and shade structure, this will create a welcome atmosphere for all dog owners and visitors. So both the small and big dog park will have ADA accessible road starting from the sidewalk, starting from the entrance plaza. The total length of this ADA path is about 7 to 800 feet. Besides, as you can see, the decomposed granite pavement will be proposed in the big dog area, while the peel gravel will be used in the small dog area. Both material are very dog friendly. Last but not least, we around 15 native trees will be proposed along the dog park to enhance the beauty and comfort of this park. In this page, you will see some reference image to let you know what will be possible look like after it's been built. So we have some footprint along the path, very cute, and some special paver along the entrance, and waved concrete bench to decorate the entrance plaza and shade structure, and some dog agility courses like this, and also dog-friendly waste station and drinking fountain with like dog bowl here. So while you are looking at this image, I want to talk about the timeline. So the construction document, which I will finish it, so are expected by the end of 2025. The project will go out and bid in early 2026. The construction anticipated to begin in late spring or early summer, so which we when we can have a like groundbreaking celebrate. And the estimate completion date is around fall to winter 2026. After that, we can have a ribbon cut. So this is all the information I have for our project. Thank you everybody for your time.
It looks great, and I am super excited about the agility courses. I am going to be looking forward to seeing some fantastic competitions at some point down the road in the Palisades. This just almost in the tiniest way feels like a return to normal, to be talking about a project, something that was important that we were all working on before the fire happened. And so just how meaningful it is to see this come to life right now is, it just feels really good. So thank you to Rec and Parks and the team who put the work into the design and the thoughts around it, and for helping us secure the funding. It was a heavy lift and took a while to get it done, but I'm really glad where we are. Juan, I don't want to tread on the agenda with my commentary. I assume you have a plan that you want us to stick to here.
No, I think we're good, Councilwoman. We can take some questions, but real quick, I know one of the questions that usually comes up is what is the anticipated timeline for us to break some ground and kind of get some shovels on the ground? Zia. All right, I can spill the beans because we've had this discussion.
Yeah, why don't you spill them?
Yeah, we are anticipating for the groundbreaking to be at the end of spring, early summer. So please stay tuned so that we can please stay tuned. And if you're not already signed up for the Councilwoman's email, please sign up. You can do so on our website. We will be providing more updates as well as along social media. We probably will be looking to host one more virtual meeting like this once everything's closer to being finalized. Towards the end of winter is kind of what we're anticipating. So please, stay tuned. If you have any questions or anything, I think I saw a few in the chat, but Arus, you want to maybe answer some questions, or are we going to allow people to raise their hand and maybe ask a question?
Absolutely. I did wanted to read some of the comments and questions in the chat section. Juan, Luke Hamer, our dear constituent, is asking, could there be more trees or shade for the dogs? Zia, if you can help us answer this question, that'll be great.
So we cannot propose the trees inside of it's really hard inside the dog park. Dog will dig the trees. So we can only propose more trees at the edge, like outside the fence of the dog area. But for now, the 15 trees is already will create a very good canopy for the dog area, combined with the existing trees. So as you can see, this area, lots of existing trees exist. So I just add some trees in the empty space to make it very like forest feeling.
And the only other thing I want to add to what Zia said is that what Rec and Parks has found out when I talked to our senior lead architect, or landscape architect rather, is whenever you plant trees inside the dog park, at least from what I understand from him, is that when at least inside the dog parks, is that the urine from the dogs will basically impact the tree adversely. So either kills the tree or somehow damages the tree to an extent that we have to end up removing the tree.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you, Gary. And this project's already gone through Coastal Commission and all of that? That was a question on there that we just got as well, that's why.
Coast Commission?
Gary?
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk to our environmental lead to figure out what needs to be submitted for coastal evaluation. But our hope is that this project can be expedited, just like what we did for our other projects on the coast, with the support of the council office.
Thank you, sir. And Arus, any other questions you want to share?
I did wanted to continue the discussion for the trees. Are there existing trees still within the dog park? I think the answer is yes. We've already discussed that. There are existing trees, and Rex and Parks has told us that trees won't be removed specifically for this project, correct?
Actually, there are 3 new planted oak trees inside of the big dog area. We had to remove it since it just standing in the middle of the big dog area. But it's like new planted, not original native tree. So in order to just remove it, we plant more trees. So usually it's 3, if we remove 1 tree, we have to plant at least 3 trees to offset it. And we did the rule and we already
Yeah,
overplanted.
so as Zia's mentioning, there's 3 existing trees, but those trees were not, they haven't been there hundreds of years. It was just recently, probably in the last few years, that was planted by Rec and Parks. We've consulted with our Rec and Parks urban forestry division, and they're recommending that if we went ahead and removed the tree, which they're giving us the okay to remove those existing trees because they were just relatively recently planted. But then in place of the removal of those trees, they're telling us to go ahead and replace them in a 3-to-1 fashion. But we're actually replacing more than 3-to-1. We're replacing with 15 rather than the standard 9, right? 3 times 3. So we're going to replace 15 trees for the 3 that we're removing.
Thank you for answering that question. We did discuss the operating hours, and there is a question from Jill. Will the park have operating hours? Zia and Gary, I think there was a good answer when we've discussed this. I would like you to chime in, and Juan and I can also let the community know what the plan will be moving forward.
So the operating hour will be from we plan to do it from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., which is aligned with the playground, with this playground. So this is what we expected. Um,
So right now they're going through the current operating hours, as Zia mentioned. I think if obviously right now sunset at 5, that kind of is pretty straightforward. As the season changes, we know that it can get later, even later, closer to 8, 8:15. So we don't anticipate no one being able to still access it. But if there's any changes that we need to make to the park hours, so that it is more of a sunrise to sunset, that is a step we can take on that front. But as of right now, they're operating under their standard hours that are posted through the playground. So if you have any thoughts on that as a community, please reach out to Arus and let us know what you guys would prefer. That shouldn't be a hindrance in terms of making sure everyone can access it so long as there's daylight on that front.
Okay, and just one more thing to add. Zia mentioned the playground being 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. However, just quickly, when I just did a search on Temescal Canyon Park, just to put it out there, the actual park itself is a dawn to dusk. So it does align with what you just stated, Juan, about how as the daylight hours changes, yeah, people obviously would probably need to use the dog park, later in the hours in the summertime. So it's a dawn to dusk is what I'm seeing on the website, the official website.
Perfect. That's what I was expecting. So then the hours of operation will be from dusk till dawn. That is what the park hours are currently here for Temescal Park. We had another question on there. Why the difference between the dog area and the small dog area in terms of the gravel colors? Why are we using 2 different ones?
So the reason why we use different material, the major reason is because the topography. since the small dog area, which has a like relatively flat topography, the peel gravel is more suitable there because in the big dog park there is a topography and the slope is relatively big. The gravel won't stay there very stable, so we have to think about the DG. But both material are very dog friendly, so that's why we separate use different material.
Anything else, Ruth?
Thank you, Zia and Juan. Zia, do you know how many square feet in each area is the dog park?
Yes, so the small dog park is 7,000 square feet, around 7,000 square feet, and big dog park is 11.5-ish thousand square feet.
Thank you. And I see Lou, our champion in traffic study and always paying attention to important safety items. Has traffic study been done to address any collisions from dog owner vehicles making U-turns on southbound Temescal to Park? How will Palisades residents safely access from Temescal? Not sure if Rex and Parks has an answer, but I'll give you a chance to answer. Then Juan and I can chime in here as well.
Okay, so not to my knowledge, I don't believe Rec and Parks explicitly has done any or requested any traffic studies for this purpose. Parking right now would be, as Zia has shown in this concept, parking is a basic, and yeah, I wish she's showing her cursor right now. It is going to be curbside parking right now.
And to address some of the larger kind of pedestrian traffic concerns that Arus has brought up in terms of the community having reached out, we are actively looking at this to see what additional safety improvements could be made. So please reach out and be in touch with Arus so we can talk to DOT about there's going to be more activity here going on. What are some of the things we could implement here to make sure that people can safely access the dog park on that end? So RAP is working on the project within the park facility, and Arus and I are following up with DOT on what changes could be made here given these amenities that are coming.
Thank you, Juan. I've seen this shade question come up couple of times, but Zia, the question is where within the park, dog park, will there be shade? I don't know if the slides indicated those, but constituents are interested in learning about shade in the dog park area. Can you please address this?
Yeah, and I saw a visual of it on one of your slides. Do you want to go over to it just so people can see it again? There it is.
What? Yeah, so this shade structure is located at the entrance. It's a nice shade structure, which it can highlight the entrance along the street. Whereas inside each dog area, I didn't propose any physical shade structure. Instead, I use trees to create the shade. It's more natural and soft, and I believe it will create a more comfortable atmosphere there.
Hey, Zia, maybe I have a suggestion. You know how we're going to be planting 15 new trees, right? And I
Yeah.
see on at least the right side of your concept right there, those 4 trees just kind of hanging out. No, more to the right.
This one?
Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe if you can explore opportunities to and of course maybe open it up to the community as well. Explore opportunities to relocate some of those trees closer to the boundaries of the dog park maybe, so that at least there can be more shade inside the dog park.
So why I put several trees there is because our maintenance group saying that the community wants some trees along the playground, kind of like separate the dog park and the playground. So that's why I put some there. But I'm open to any thoughts and suggestion. We can definitely relocate some trees if necessary.
Question. Trees are always lovely. Understand why inside the perimeter doesn't work very well, but what about some alternatives to trees? Like, um, I don't know, some other type of a cover that might offer some places with shade. And then how about a couple of benches under the shade inside the dog park so that when, residents are in there with their dogs, they have a place to sit and gather, read a book, chat on the phone, talk to friends, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
so right now, what Zia's showing inside the dog park, there are benches being proposed. Yeah, where she's circling right now. We'll
okay.
have
I
them
see those
around.
couple in the big dog park where there's some in the small dog. Oh, there's a
Yeah.
couple in the small dog park. Well, depending on usage, we may need a couple of more too, especially if you could stick them in the areas where you already have shade. That certainly helps.
Sure, we can propose more benches there.
I have a feeling this is going to be a heavily used asset once it's up and running. I sure hope so. I'm so excited about it for this community.
Thank you,
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Councilwoman.
interrupt the
No,
flow.
that's okay. No worries. Zia, there's a question here. Will 1.5 million cover the cost or will more money need to be raised? Gary or Zia, do you want to address the funding?
I think we only have 1.5 million, and this is enough for based on the current design.
Okay, thank you. Let me see. So I did wanted to address some of the concerns about signage and enforcement as well. Zia or Gary, will there be some signages in the dog park area about the rules of the dog park? Is that included in the design, where they will be, and if there's an example of some signages that have proper language about the rules in the dog park, can you please let us know those will be considered?
We can have the rule like signage attached to the entrance gate, definitely. But I don't know if Gary, do you know any like
Yeah, yeah, in all of our dog parks we do have standard signage that we're gonna apply. And what I can do when our senior landscape architect comes back next week from vacation, we can definitely get some examples of what those signages will look like.
Yeah, that'd be great. And we can also note it. Well, obviously we can send them out, and then as part of the next meeting, as I mentioned, as we do the circle back, we can make sure to include some of more of that final product of the signage so everyone can see it as part of the more final presentation on that front.
Thank you so much. I'm seeing more inquiries about the trees. So we just wanted to make sure if anyone joined late, Rex and Parks did say that they will be planting more trees, and moving forward, we will also discuss the opportunity to add, once we see the need to add more trees around the park as well. Transportation issues, we've covered that. Juan, do you see any other questions that I'm not seeing in the chat?
No, but just a basic, well, there's one that kind of relates to this, but not really, in the sense of, what's is there any rules for how close a dog park can be to a home, Gary or Zia, that you're aware of? Some basic rules on that? Someone was asking.
Yeah, there definitely is. Rec and Parks actually has a dog park policy. What I can do, one, is I can transmit it to you, and then you can send it off to the community. Yeah, it's a public document, so I just don't have it handy on me right now. But yes, there are rules governing proximity, location, sizes, and so forth.
Awesome. Thank you, Gary and team. Um, yes, there will be a water station, Natalia. I see your question. Zia, can we show the water station? Right there. So there's the normal standard drinking fountain, and then you have the ones for our little pets down there. And how many will there be throughout, Zia? One, two, I see two in the large and one in the small dog park.
Yes. Actually, one for each, one drinking fountain for each dog area.
I see 3 sevens on this map. I just wanted to point that out. There's two that look to be on the big park and one in the little one. That's why I just said three. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I apologize. The 6 and 7 are just, the 7 which you see on the map should be the west station, not the drinking fountain, and the 6 should be the drinking fountain.
So there's
So
only
Zia, just to clarify, there's two, right? Zia, one in
Yeah,
each dog
two.
park. Okay.
One in each dog park.
Perfect. Well, that's a good adjustment we'll make for the slideshow on the next one. But thank you. So yes, Natalia, it's going to be 2 drinking.
Yeah, here and here.
Is there a limit of how many dogs an individual could bring to our dog parks, Gary and Zia, just in general?
No, I'm not aware of a limitation like that per individual.
I'm seeing some of the questions too about, concerns about dog walkers and having way more animals than people possibly with the ability to control them all. I'm just curious. I have not heard of that being an issue at other dog parks around the west side. Juan, Arus team, have you guys heard of that at Westminster or Bill Rosendahl or any of our other
As in like too
locations?
many dogs per individual? I have not had that, just sometimes aggressive dogs being with the little ones, but in terms of no, Councilwoman, I have not heard of any issues of too many dogs with one individual yet, but
Something that we can certainly keep an eye on, and should policy adjustments become necessary to address any complications like that, we could certainly move on something like that if we needed to.
and Gary,
And
in
I
terms
also
of the-
wanted to just mention here as well, like all of our parks in CD11, this one will be subject to 4118, and we're not going to allow encampments in or around this park.
Thank
And
you,
we also have, I'm sorry, Juan, we also have the high fire severity signs in this area. So just for your information, that is also covered. And we're thankful for Sharon Kilbride for double checking this, triple checking this to ensure they are there.
And I know we've just been out there putting up a lot of new signs in the areas as well. So I just want to reassure folks that that is something we are always mindful of.
Thank you, Councilwoman. And Gary, in terms of, I know there's no law or anything regarding that. Is there signage that could just make a suggestion of maybe no more than 3 dogs per person of sorts? Although it won't be enforceable, sometimes just letting people know we don't want too many people bringing too many dogs. Is that an option?
Yeah, let me talk to management about that, what's allowable in terms of what we can place on signs, because generally whenever we place text on signs, we always have to support it with the municipal code
Yeah.
section, such and such, yeah.
So let us do our homework on that one, and Gary as well. If there's some options, let's see what we can explore. But I did
Okay.
see that question. I think Jill sent that down in terms of limitations. It's currently 4. All right, Leslie, we see that. We have someone saying that there's potentially a law for only allowing 4, but Gary will look into it and let us know
Yeah.
what the city rules are in the LEMCs.
There's also a comment from Lou. Zia, this is important. I am also a dog owner, and I'm gonna just read this for Gary and Zia for your attention. The water station next to the dog waste station does not work in other parks. Very stinky. Just an FYI for you guys, if there is a chance in the design to separate those, I think this is what Lou is asking for. And we'll save the chat as well to be able to go over the comments made in this meeting.
Yes, we can definitely relocate the the west station to make it far away from the drinking hydro station.
All right, everyone, I think we're coming around. Just some questions we've kind of covered. I know, Councilwoman, you got to get going to your next event shortly. Is there any other last minute things? Maybe we give some people some time back on this front. Again, Arus is very engaged, so is Julio. Feel free to reach out. As she mentioned, we're gonna have copies of all the comments that came through so we can share with RAP and see what we can do to tweak a few things given the suggestions that we got. We will also keep everybody in touch with some of the progress we make with DOT for our next meeting in terms of some other options we can explore along Temescal Canyon Road. And again, we're always here. Feel free to reach out. But before I kind of say goodbye, Councilwoman, I know you got to go either way, but you want to any last parting words before you go? And again, we can stick around if people need us to, but I think we're kind of coming to the end.
Yeah,
Councilwoman?
I've got to run to one more meeting, but I really appreciate the feedback. A lot of great comments tonight. Gives us some things to think about and some things to play with as we work on these designs to get this right for you and your community. And just want to express my gratitude again to all of the community members that have advocated for this for so many years. It's something that we as a team are very, very excited to deliver for your community. And I know it's going to serve thousands of Palisadian families for many, many, many years to come. So we're very, very excited about it. We really welcome the engagement and the feedback. And I want to say thank you to our partners at RAP as well for all of the hard work and the diligence and being willing to work with us to make sure we deliver a really incredible amenity for this community that has been through so much. So that's what I will say to wrap us up. We'll look forward to keeping this conversation going. You know how to reach us. Feel free to shoot us an email, share any additional thoughts, questions, concerns, or ideas. We're always happy to listen and see what we can do to make them come true. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye and good night, and I'll leave the rest of you to sign off when I'm gone. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you, Councilwoman, and thanks everybody. Arus, you want to close us out on that front? Say goodbye. I think everyone's kind of saying thank you and all of that. So thank you all.
Thank you, everyone. You do have my email, and this project is a priority for us since there is funding, there is a commitment, and there is this beautiful team from Recs and Parks working on this project. We all will work to have the groundbreaking next year, late spring, early summer, and as we have mentioned before, the community will be included and help us organize the groundbreaking as well. Want to thank Leslie, Carol Ross, Lynn for their involvement in this project, and you will definitely help us out moving forward for groundbreaking or any other events that will happen for the dog park area. I do want to mention that we are open to hearing more from you. You can send me an email directly and I'll forward it to the Recs and Parks team with your comments and suggestions. I will continue updating the community during our public meetings, PPCC, Park Advisory Board meetings, or any other meetings I've go to. If there is any progress, if there are any major reports that Recs and Parks tells us, I will make sure to share with the community on behalf of our office, our entire team. Thank you for your participation. Again, this meeting is going to be recorded and we will be sharing this in Councilwoman Parks' YouTube page. We are going to save the chat and we will be addressing the questions and suggestions in this chat as well. But my offer stands, please feel free to email me if there are any questions. This project is a priority. It has a deadline. It has funding. We want to move forward and finish this project in next year spring. Sorry, do the groundbreaking next year spring, and hopefully finish it next year, end of year.
Thank you, Aruz. Thanks, everybody. Have a good evening. Have a good night, and talk to you soon.
Thank you. Good night.